Catania, Italy, NATO Exercise Dynamic Manta 2021, DYMA 21, ended on Friday 5 March 2021 off the Sicilian coast. Ships, submarines, as well as aircraft and personnel from 7 allied nations exercised together in the central Mediterranean Sea for anti-submarine warfare, ASW, and anti-surface warfare, ASUW, training. Submarines from Greece, Italy, Turkey and the United States under NATO Submarine Command joined surface ships from France, Greece, Italy, Spain and Turkey between the 22nd of February and the 5th of March. Maritime patrol aircrafts from France, Germany, Greece, Italy and the United States also supported the execution of the exercise in both ASW and multi-threat exercises. Participation also included the Standing NATO Maritime Group 2, SNMG-2. The regular participation of SNMG-2 in these major exercises is an essential tool to keep forces high readiness, improve interoperability and reinforce cohesion between allies and, with no doubt, contributes to NATO's success, said the Rear Admiral Manuel Aguirre, commander of Standing NATO Maritime Group 2. During the sea phase of the exercise, complex and fruitful interactions between Dynamic Manta participating units and Charles de Gaulle Carrier Strike Group, CSG, were also carried out. An air defense exercise with the CSG air assets, 4X Rafale, increased the surface unit's anti-aircraft warfare capabilities. Furthermore, the CSG also took advantage of the opportunity conducting a close interaction with submarines participating in the exercise. Exercises such as these enhance interoperability between NATO nations, show NATO presence in key strategic areas and assure allies of the maritime commitment to collective defense. After completing this exercise, SNMG-2 will resume its program of activities including the transit towards the Black Sea, where it will conduct its first period of deployment in the region for 2021. SNMG-2 is one of 4 standing forces that comprise the maritime component of the Very High Readiness Joint Task Force, VJTF, which is part of the NATO Response Force, NRF. To respond to contingency situations, additional forces can be added to these groups, with the NATO command staff on board and the ships of the group as the nucleus, capable of providing timely support to NATO operations. The multinational exercise Dynamic Manta 2021, DYMA 21, one of the most important NATO training activities, held on an annual basis, ended on the 7th of March. The exercise, aimed at improving interoperability, cooperation and coordination among participating units against multi-domain threats, included 5 submarines, 4 surface ships and 4 aircraft from different nations, including France, Germany, Greece, Italy, United States, and Turkey. In this context, the Italian Navy provided a substantial contribution to the achievement of training objectives for NATO nations' naval forces. Challenging activities enabled participating assets to achieve full integration in order to train in different operational scenarios. With a constantly evolving threat posture, the exercise reached the maximum degree of realism, the so-called free game. Commanding officers and staff on board had therefore the opportunity to implement what they had learned during the previous phases, in a complex realistic scenario resulting from the consequences of actions performed before. The exercise enabled participating assets to achieve a high level of interoperability. Once more, Dynamic Manta 2021 has highlighted NATO's major role in protecting interests on the sea, freedom of navigation and security of sea lines of communication.